Imagine a world where one of the deadliest pandemics in history never happened. What if the Black Death, the plague that wiped out millions across Europe and Asia, never struck? How would the world be different today? Let's dive into this alternate history and explore what could have been if the Black Death had never ravaged the medieval world. The Black Death was a catastrophic event that reshaped Europe in ways that are still felt today. But what if it had never happened? To understand the impact of its absence, we need to look at the world as it was before the plague struck. In the 14th century, Europe was a continent on the brink. Overpopulation was a significant problem, with the Great Famine of 1315 to 1317 already causing widespread starvation. People were barely surviving, and resources were stretched thin. When the Black Death arrived, it decimated the population, killing an estimated 1/3 to half of Europe's people in just a few years. This horrific loss of life actually alleviated some of the pressure on Europe's resources, leading to higher wages and more available land. Strangely, the plague set the stage for Europe's recovery and eventual prosperity. However, Europe's overpopulation problem would have continued unchecked in our alternate timeline without the Black Death. The population would keep growing, leading to more frequent and severe famines. The struggle for food and resources would have been intense, with peasants suffering the most. The widespread death that the Black Death brought also led to significant social and economic changes. Wages rose as the demand for labor increased, and land became more accessible to those who survived. In this alternate world, however, these changes would not occur. The lower classes would remain oppressed, with feudal lords exploiting their labor. Without the massive population decline, the system of feudalism would have persisted much longer, delaying the rise of capitalism and the social mobility that came with it. The Black Death also had a profound impact on religion. The plague caused many to question their faith, as they saw devout Christians punished alongside sinners. The Catholic Church, unable to provide answers or solace, lost much of its authority, paving the way for the Protestant Reformation. But the Church would have remained strong in our alternate timeline, as the plague would not have decimated the clergy. This could mean that the Reformation would be delayed or never happen at all, leaving Europe under the strong influence of the Catholic Church for much longer. Technological and scientific advancements might also have been delayed. The population decline caused by the Black Death led to labor shortages, spurring innovation, as people sought ways to do more with less. The development of labor-saving devices and agricultural improvements helped Europe recover and progress. Without the plague, there would be less incentive to innovate, potentially keeping Europe in a medieval state for much longer. Politically, Europe would look very different. The Black Death caused the collapse of many feudal systems, leading to the rise of more centralized nation-states. Without the plague, feudalism would have persisted, and the political landscape of Europe could be vastly different from what we know today. Dynastic marriages and alliances, often influenced by the shifting power dynamics of the post-plague world, might have taken entirely different paths, leading to an alternate map of Europe. In this world, without the Black Death, Europe would likely be a much less developed and more unstable place. Overpopulation, famine, and a stagnant economy would have made life difficult for most people, with little hope for social mobility or improvement. The Renaissance, the Reformation, and even the Industrial Revolution could have been delayed or altered in ways that would make our world unrecognizable. But this is just one scenario of countless possibilities. History is full of what-ifs, and the absence of the Black Death would have created a ripple effect across the centuries, changing everything from politics to culture to technology. What do you think would have happened if the Black Death never occurred? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into alternate history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more intriguing what-if scenarios.